The Hidden Hoard of Drakuntsee is now available. This new book in the Reg Rawlins Psychic Investigator series. You a psychic sleuth and reluctant magical hero, dragon companion with a powerful need to belong, hidden colony and magical quest, ancient grimoire sought through modern technology, found family, uneasy alliances, and a cat who refuses to be left behind. Combining danger with warmth, wit, and the lived-in Black Sands supernatural community. Kim says, I'm never disappointed in the limitless imagination, the boundless empathy, or the absolute brilliance of the storytelling in each new addition to this series. I would definitely recommend this page turner to anyone who enjoys well-crafted escapist reading. Candy says, so much going on with Reg, Ember, and the rest of her friends. Such an exciting story. I love the magical characters and, of course, the dragon. Looking forward to whatever comes next. Do you have any idea where he's been? In response to Reg's question, Davin looked at Ember. The young dragon hung in the brilliant blue sky, wings flapping slowly, waiting for his chance to play with Reg. His blue-green scales glinted in the sun. Davin rubbed his forehead, looking fatigued. He didn't look good. Reg was used to the warlock being energetic and confident. He looked like a man in his prime, though Reg knew he was much older. Well-muscled, handsome, with a neatly trimmed goatee, he'd always looked like he stepped out of a magazine for warlock fashion. Were there magazines for warlocks? Or cloak catalogs? The Warlock Wardrobe or Warlock Weekly, maybe? But lately, Davin had been pale and drawn. Reg didn't think he was sleeping well. He'd rescheduled a couple of their training sessions. But when Ember had returned from wherever he'd been the last couple of weeks, Reg decided to go out to Davin's forest property to see him whether Davin was able to do a fire casting lesson and practice session with her or not. He'd agreed to meet, but he looked like he hadn't slept or eaten in days. It was a warm day with a tang of salt in the air, the kind of day that made Reg want to be outside, with the sun shining down on her through the swaying leaves of the trees surrounding Davin's house. Reg grasped all of her red box braids together in both hands and pushed them back behind her shoulders. She tightened the colorful fortune-teller scarf around the crown of her head and smoothed her long, colorful skirt. Their sessions started slowly. Reg formed a wall of fire the size of a basketball between her hands, mimicking Davin. It was the same exercise they always started a session with, but Davin seemed distracted, like he didn't know what to do next. I don't have a clue where Ember's been. Davin shook his head. It isn't like he can tell me. Reg sent her thoughts to Ember, probing for information on where he had been during his long absence. His return images streamed through her mind, but they were too swift and too many to focus on any one of them to figure out where he had been. Ember was more interested in playing a game than he was in explaining his absence to her. Reg heated up her fireball until it was white-hot, then launched it at the dragon like a cannon. Ember did a mid-air flip and caught it in his mouth, then let out a belch of purple flame. Reg laughed at his antics. Why purple? She asked. He did that for the first time right before he left. I didn't know dragons could make different colors of fire. I thought it was all yellow, orange, red, regular fire colors. Davin scratched the back of his neck, looking at Ember. I'll admit, I haven't seen or heard of such a thing before, but we know so little about dragons. They have always been few and far between, and I don't know of any other verified sightings of dragons in decades. He kept his voice low, as if Ember would not be able to hear him or understand what he was talking about if he talked quietly. Ember may be the last of his kind. Reg felt a pang of sorrow over that. She really hoped Ember wasn't the last dragon in existence. That would be very sad for the world, and very sad for Ember, never to see another dragon in his lifetime. How long did dragons live? She hated to think of the possibility Ember could be alone for hundreds of years. She'd been told that dragons were solitary creatures, not raised by a pack, but still, they didn't live their entire lives without ever encountering another of their kind, or the species would never have survived. Getting bored and impatient, Ember dive-bombed Reg, making her jump and shout out when he stopped his rapid dive only inches from her face. Oh, you are a menace, Reg laughed, reaching out and scratching his neck and behind his ears. David and I have work to do, you know. I'll still play with you, but you have to wait. Ember landed, folded his wings back, and stomped over to the porch. He lay down in front of the house, forepaws folded, and covered his eyes with the tips of his wings, shutting Reg out. She shook her head at his adolescent moping and turned her attention back to Davin. In a realm where magic collides with technology, Reg's destiny unfolds in flames. Dive into danger with Reg Rawlins as she races against time to help her adopted dragon Ember. With Ember spiraling out of control, Reg embarks on a perilous quest to Drakuntsee, a legendary dragon colony. From her earliest memories, Reg has always been different. Amid cryptic prophecies and a search for an ancient grimoire coveted by a digital entity, Reg must harness her gifts and navigate treacherous alliances. But what she finds in Drakuntsee is not what she expected. Join Reg on this high-stakes adventure filled with magic, danger, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship and family. Dive into this gripping tale of magic, loyalty, and self-discovery that will keep you on the edge of your seat.